Hey yo, what is up? Looks like the BZ-68 tier 9 Tech 3 Chinese heavy tank with the rocket boosters have been released into the test server, and they are testing it out, and this is what it looks like in the garage. We will talk about it a little bit on today's video, and we'll go through this tank in detail. Looks like you've got two guns because of course this is a Tech 3 tank. You've got a 130mm that fires with 248 AP shells and 315 heat shells penetration probably, and 530 alpha. This would be a gun that would work like a normal heavy tank gun. And then you have a 152mm gun that fires only HE but does incredible damage, 1050 damage but only 50 penetration. This is basically it's splash damage. I think you've got splash radius that goes along with this HE gun as well, and then the other HE shell that does 750 damage, but you get a little bit higher penetration for that, 210 penetration for 750 damage. So you've got two kinds of guns here. It's going to be a dilemma for a lot of people because you got a derpy gun, which is going to be hilarious, or you've got the sensible gun, the standard heavy tank gun, and you got to play like a normal heavy tank. The sensible unicums or good players might probably play with that tank, but then the meme lords are going to pick the 152 with the 1050 damage and 50 penetration gun. I am sure of that. Also, if you take a look at the rocket boosters, you can see this rocket booster here, one on each side with the trumpet at the end. If we move forward, you are going to see a different image. If you look at this one, it has a different kind of rocket booster at the back. So you can see that there are two kinds of rocket boosters, one with a single booster on this side, and then this one with like, a module of 10 boosters, 10 rocket boosters on each side. So my suspicion is you've got the single rocket booster and you've got the double or the 10 rocket boosters, which means even the rocket boosters are going to be upgradable. Is it upgradable with the tracks? Is it upgradable? I don't know. How is it going to work? Let's take a look at the Tech 3 and see what are the changes here. It looks like the only thing you can upgrade here is the gun. So it doesn't say that you can research rocket boosters to improve. Or maybe it is, maybe it is tied to your engine power. I'm not sure. Maybe if you upgrade your engine, then you get the different rocket boosters. I'm not sure. But what I am sure is there are two different kind of rocket boosters. So we shall see how that comes about. This thing has 1950 hit points with 770 horsepower. 1925 with boosters on. The power to weight ratio 12.83 in standard configuration, which makes this a slow heavy tank. Really slow speed, really low power to weight ratio, but with rocket boosters 32.08. This is very high very high power to weight ratio. This is light tank territory. The forward speed 35 forwards and 14 in reverse. With boosters, it is 53 kilometers an hour going forward and 1 kilometer an hour in reverse. Basically, your rocket boosters only let you go forwards very quickly, but not in reverse. Just think about going forwards all the time when you have the boosters on. Each tank has 5 boosters, and the duration of those boosters, when you activate them, it will last 10 seconds. The boosters will take after your 10 seconds, and then it's a cooldown period of 5 seconds before you can use your next booster. The traverse speed on this tank is 29.2 degrees and view range 380. Hull armor 120 millimeters. It is kind of frontally sloped. Obviously the lower plate is still going to be a weak point. but you do have a little bit of sloping on the frontal armor, so you do get a little bit of protection. And the turret armor is 280 millimeters frontally, plus it is also slightly sloped and angled, so you do expect a little bit of you know, a possibility of bouncing shells when they hit your turret. Let's talk about the gun. First, the 130mm gun, 530 alpha with 248 penetration. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this gun is going to fire stock AP shells, 530 alpha, 248 pen with 1050 shell velocity. This is not bad shell velocity. The heat shells has 315 penetration and 315 penetration, 530 alpha with shell velocity of 930 meters per second. That is not too bad at all. So you're going to be a little bit of a dilemma here, because do you want the memelord gun or do you want the sensible single shot gun with 14.38 reload time for 530 alpha? That's pretty good. The dispersion is 0.40, so if you run food, if you run BIE, probably get it down to about 0.37, 0.36 at best, and the aim time 2.78 seconds. Not bad. The gun depression is 8 degrees, gun elevation 20 degrees, and that is what you get with the sensible 530 alpha gun with 248 stock penetration. The 152 memelord gun, the derp gun, 1050 alpha damage with 50 penetration. I don't know what shell it is, but it is some kind of HE hash shell. The premium is going to be 210 millimeters of penetration with 750 alpha, which is going to be also some kind of HE. Maybe it's a heat shell, I'm not sure. 210 penetration, 750 alpha. I'm not very sure about it, whether it's going to be a HE shell or it's going to be some kind of heat shell. I'm not too sure about the premium shell on the derp gun. I think it's most likely going to be HE hash or something like that. It has to be. That's the only logical explanation I can get. But you get higher penetration, 210 penetration. So, you know, you got to gamble. Even if you use the 152 gun, you got to decide you want to do the 50 penetration or the 210 penetration for 1050 damage or 750 alpha. I think this thing has splash damage as well because it is a HE gun. 18.7 seconds reload time, quite a huge penalty for a HE gun, but that's what you expect when you're gonna do 1050 alpha or 750 alpha. You do expect a long reload. The dispersion, however, is pretty good, 0.36. This is pretty good accuracy for a HE gun, a derp gun, a memelord gun. 2.88 seconds aim time. You get the same 8 degrees of gun depression and 20 degrees of gun elevation. This tank is going to be pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. I think a lot of people are going to pick the derp gun with the 152 millimeters just because it's just gonna be an element of hilarity. You know, you're just going to laugh yourself all the way around the map. Turn on your boosters, get into position, derp someone, and then move on to the next location. You've got 10 boosters. Remember. You've got 5 boosters with 10 seconds duration. So 5 boosters, you can literally relocate 5 times, you know, shoot someone for 1000 damage and run away. If you do that 5 times, you're gonna get 5,000 plus damage with the 152 millimeter gun. So this is going to be very interesting. Let's see how it develops. Hopefully this tank and the tech tree will be released onto the common test server so that we can check it out and try it out for ourselves. But until then, hope you enjoyed this video and took some useful information on the tier 9 Chinese heavy tank Tech 3 heavy tank with the rocket boosters and the derpy 152mm gun. See you on the next video. Bye bye.